Well, that's what it takes. If I'm too serious and you want me to smile, hit the hearts. I'm just a lover. I'm a lover of Guyana and its people. So when I see the hearts coming from Guyanese, I know that I'm loved too. So keep the hearts coming, not just the hearts, the subscription, the likes, the comments, keep it flowing. That's my energy. I need that to stay calm. Because when it comes to talking about issues, every day there is something to talk about, and not always good when it comes to Guyana. There is always something. A nation that has come so far, a nation that has struggled, hurt, and suffered through the years, and has come to a position where now is the time for the people of Guyana to breathe a sigh of relief, to offload the burden that they've been carrying for eons. But the children of the perpetrators of bad against the Guyanese people, the children of the murderers, the children of the political slave masters, the children of the persons who held Guyana at ransom for eons, they are alive today to continue the legacy of their grandfathers and great-grandfathers, to terrorize Guyanese. When you have a plan to talk about the beautiful things under our great president, Irfaan Ali, our futuristic president, the man who thinks with the nation Guyana, the man who thinks with the wealth and prosperity of Guyana, the man whose only vision is to make sure that Guyana becomes the envy of the rest of the world, I can't help having to make time to deal with these very dark issues that continues to represent only one kind of people. Only one kind of people. It is depressing that we can't breathe a sigh of relief to say, hey, we have come to a point now where the past is dead and gone. This is why I've said on numerous occasions, if a woman goes to bed, engages in sex with a gangster, a man who has committed crime, a man who was raised in the ghetto, a murderer, an ex-convict, a fugitive, and that demonic man ejaculates his nasty sperm in her and she conceives. She's not conceiving with a human, she's conceiving with a demon, a child of Satan. Because when these babies grow up, there is no rehabilitation. They continue from their fathers and worst. So how can Guyana be rid of these kinds of nasty criminal activities when women continue to sleep with these junkies? You're making babies for these criminals, and your babies are born and they grow up to become criminals. You look around while we are celebrating almost 500,000 visitors to Guyana 2025, almost 500,000. Every year it has increased under Irfaan Ali because the world, despite the darkness they're seeing perpetuated on the society by these black thugs, people are still braving it and visiting Guyana in their droves because they believe and they have the hope that President Irfaan Ali will fix it. And yes, he has been making efforts to fix it because crime has reduced. But I'm not satisfied with that. I'm not. Because while in some areas crime has reduced, in other areas it has doubled and tripled. Overall crime needs to stop. This is Uncensored Guyana. I am Dr. Prasad. Today I want to focus on that. I want to also focus on the fact that we have to save that country. We have to save Guyana. And if you're Afro-Guyanese and you continue to find offense or take offense in the things I'm saying, do something about it. Do your part. Don't just share a video with black people committing crime. Get involved. Stop the crime. Shame them. Report them. Citizen arrest them. Do what you have to do on your part to stop the crime. Don't just share it on social media and make some useless comment. And then you rally behind it and you celebrate it with the excuse, well, if these black boys aren't finding jobs, what else is left for them to do? If the Irfaan Ali government is not providing work, or they can't work for the little salary they're getting, what else is there for them to do than to rob and to steal? Yes, but when the police shoot them, don't come out and fucking protest. Don't blame Ali or the government when they're shot on the street. If you're justifying the criminals and the crime they're committing, mainly against fucking black people like yourself, don't come out and protest and say violence against this and violence against that. The same thing like the ICE situation. When all the illegal in the US commit crime, they murder, they rape, and they kill people, nobody comes out for the victims. And now the government, under Trump, arrest and deport and send them to jail. Everybody want to come out and protest. Human rights, human rights. Same shit in Guyana. Same shit in Guyana. We have a president that is futurizing the country. He is trying to bring Guyana 2026. In 2026, he is trying to bring Guyana to 2029 while we are still 2026. He wants Guyana to be the model 2029. Guyana is this great vehicle. And the model of the vehicle, the year of the vehicle in Guyana, the president wants it to be 2029. You think it's easy? You fucking Negroes want the country to stay in the 1980s. You want it to stay in 1980. You miss Barnum so much. Go dig him up from the fucking grave and worship him if you miss him so much. But we have a government who is trying to lift Guyana, including your black asses. Lift Guyana. to 2029, while we are in reality now the beginning of 2026. And all you can do is to sit back and enjoy the destruction by the hands of low-life thugs, black people, because you're jealous of the fact that everybody has the opportunity to live in a first world country. What do you think first world? It means you live in the future. Third world country like Haiti and Cuba, these other countries, they live in the 60s. President Ali is doing what he has to do with the team, with international support, with international backers, and not private. Countries are backing his initiative to bring Guyana on the same level or even further with the first world countries. And all you fucking niggas can do is to sit back and cheer on them low-life thugs, ganging people up on the road and robbing them. You have young children, black children, in broad daylight, the sun is up, and they're gang robbing innocent people on the streets in Guyana. And these fucking niggas are celebrating that? You're celebrating that? Because of what? What's your justification? They ain't got food in their house? They can't afford to go to school? That's free? What, they can't pay transportation? What are the justification for boys, not even teenage, boys, not older than 12 or 13, committing robbery against innocent civilians? What is your justification for them doing that? You don't have any. Your justification is racial hatred. Racial hatred. That is your justification. Because you have achieved nothing. Because your party, your PNC party, has achieved nothing but destruction. And now you have a young president who took a mess. He took a shithole country and turned it into a first-class Donald Trump country. And you are jealous because you would have been satisfied if Ali from what he took from the PNC. Yeah, you celebrate that. But the fact that he saved that country, saved our country, and has progressed steadily from 2023 to now, you are conspiring with robbery, with terrorism against your own country and your own citizens because you think it's going to make Ali looks bad, you fucking imbeciles. Look at the tourism rate. If it made him look bad, look at the tourism rate. With all the mess that Azriddin Mohammed and his parents put Guyana through, with all the mess the PNC and their pundits put Guyana through, look at the numbers. Almost 500,000 in 1 year. Human beings visited Guyana from other countries. So your strategy didn't work. It is not working. All it is doing is further digging a hole for black people. That's what it's doing. Because what the stain that Africans have in other countries are similar in kind. So what you are doing in Guyana, what the blacks are doing in Guyana, making the rest of the world do what Shell did and say all these fucking niggas are the same. Nasty, low lives, criminals, all they want is money, 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 money. They don't want to work. They don't want to produce. They don't want to create anything. They're going to spy on anybody, anybody. Even if it's a black person that is vulnerable, they're going to spy on him. They're going to pounce upon him and take what he has, because all they want is money without effort. Shell was right. And so are the rest of the world against black people. They are fucking right. You don't listen. Your people don't hear. You don't understand how bad you are doing. I am aggravated. I am. If you can't beat Ali, join the PPP. Fine, you don't have to go get a membership card, but join the progress for your country. You're benefiting. The man is taking the country to 2029, in 2028, 2026. Aren't you proud? You're a Guyanese passport holder. What the rest of the world is seeing is rapid development. What do you think they'll see when they see you? They will say, oh, this is a black Guyanese. They don't make contributions to the country. No. They acknowledge you as a Guyanese. They respect you as a Guyanese simply because of one man. One man. And all you can do is celebrate crime, celebrate daylight robbery. You have a situation there. We're on CCTV camera footage. There is some kind of alleged misunderstanding with a man who was with a vehicle, a car, and another one over some kind of money exchange, whatever it is. Maybe they stole, they robbed together, and he didn't get his cut. But he took out a knife after being assaulted by one of the persons who apparently is the driver of a car. You saw the video if you have seen it. The one put a knife from his waist and saying, I want my money, I want my money. If he had intentions of using a knife, he would have used it. There you have another one. Went and secured a piece of wood. And snuck up on the one with a knife, snuck up on him, and registered a blow in the man's head, and he fell to the ground. Well, there wasn't any more footage after that to know what became of the man. Knock him out cold. And you have persons online celebrating that. They fail to see, because they're so messed up in their heads, that this is a feud apparently between two persons. One allegedly owes the other one money. The other one confronted the one who allegedly owes him money for his money. Then another person who got involved, who it had nothing to do with, struck a blow on the one who had a knife asking for his money. And they're all black. All black. In broad daylight. They have no regards for law and order. They have no fear of the justice system. They have no value to their lives. You can just hit a man in his head with the intent to kill him. You have a knife waving at the other one. And with the one who has a knife in his hand was shoved and pushed and slapped several times by the one with the car. Is that Guyana? Yes. Unfortunately, yes, it is. The men who ambushed one man on the street and four of them robbed him. Is that Guyana? Yes, it is. The bicycle robbers, the Chinese robbers, mean the ones who go and rob the Chinese. Is that Guyana? Yes. Black Guyana. The black side of Guyana. That's what it is. So how do we solve that? Our president says crime has reduced. Yes, Mr. President, but black crime has not. Crimes committed by black people has not reduced. That is what needs to stop. If it means changing the laws and reclassifying robbery as terrorism, therein using the laws against terrorism for all the persons who commit those kinds of robberies, then it will stop. But if you do things, you classify robberies as simple this and simple that and first offender, robbery is robbery. People die in the process of a robbery being committed. If you can classify robbery as terrorism, acts of terrorism, because that's what it's doing to the victim. When these niggas go and approach people to rob them, they are terrorizing that individual. It ain't just robbery. It's traumatic terrorism. And they should be dealt with according to the laws that deals with terrorism. This Mr. Nice Guy shit has to stop. You want to turn away those visitors? Don't we want to see 1 million visitors to Guyana in 2026? And then 2 million in 2027? We want to see that. Why do we have to be lenient against these fucking niggas who are terrorizing people? Why? We are afraid of black people now? Are we afraid of them? If their children are 10 or 9 years and they're committing robberies like adults, treat them like adults. Treat them like adults. Look at the one that killed the politician a while back, last year. Robbed the politician, and a black man too, a councillor in a black neighborhood that was murdered by a black 15-year-old. You're going to treat him as a juvenile? Treat these children like adults. If they want to steal like adults, they want to rob like adults, punish them like fucking adults. That's what you do. But when you put things in category, you send them to juvenile, then when they're 18, they come out and they become seasoned criminals. President Ali, I feel your burden. I feel your burden. It is not easy to prepare Guyana for what's happening in the rest of the world. It is not easy. You have to balance every sector. You have to balance the territorial issues. You have to balance the economy. You have to deal with domestic issues. You have to deal with these fucking lowlifes in your opposition. It is not an easy task. And you have all of these blacks in the PPP that are shutting their mouth up. They're not coming out and condemning the things that are happening. They're shutting their mouth up. They're fat now. They get position. Oh yeah, they're fat now. They relax. This is what politicians are for. Voice your opinions on crime and criminals. The Guyanese people did not vote a second term for Ali because they want to see crime continue. They don't want to do that. When you have visitors coming to Guyana and they are witnessing, they are seeing in real time crime being committed, stupid stuff like robbing somebody, ganging up and robbing somebody in broad daylight. How does that help tourism? How does that boost confidence in the tourism sector? And then these things are recorded and they're spread online. How does it help? If there's anyone who should be pushing for the death penalty and for crimes to be dealt with more harshly, it's Suzanne Rodriguez. You, madam, should be pushing more. Because it's your department, tourism. Don't sit around and leave everything for the law enforcement. We have to join the effort. We have to do our part to make sure that this shit stops. It can't stop. There are countries where this thing don't happen. And I beg you, Mr. President, I beg you, don't bring any deportee that is black from the US. Please, there's too many criminal niggas in Guyana. Don't add to it. The deportees that are coming are skilled, professional, people who want a better life for their families. Don't add black to it. There's too many black people in Guyana that are not making a difference to that country. You go into the neighborhoods that are black, Sophia, Buxton, and all these neighborhoods, you can see literally hundreds of men, black men, all over those communities doing nothing. Nothing. But they have to eat, they have to wear, and they need to go to those shows that they have. They don't have a job, but they're still eating every day. They're wearing. How do they get those money? Where do they get money from? Robbing, stealing, drugs, and all these kinds of stuff, because they're stooges for the Mohammeds. You're going to add more to that? So I would recommend that whatever arrangement the government enters into with the United States for refugees that don't want to go back to their country, don't bring any from Africa. Don't bring black people, as in fucking Africans. Don't bring them. Bring the Pakistani, bring the Chinese, bring the Indians, bring Europeans. No more niggas. There's too much already doing nothing in Guyana but committing crime. That's all they do. When you add more to that, you are devaluing your country. Because any country that has too many blacks, the value goes down. Because the rest of the world knows there is nothing going on there. Add some Europeans. Let the country become a little bit whitewashed. Bleach it a bit. Raise the value. I am sick and tired of the crime. And every time the crimes are committed and it's being recorded, look at who you see. I'm sick of it. So I'm saying it out. I'm talking. I'm thinking out loud. That's what I'm saying. Bleach the fucking country. No more darkies. No more black people. Because they're not adding to what's happening. They stay on social media and they complain, they push violence, they push fake news and all those kinds of stuff, and they're not doing anything for the country. The same thing with the Americas, Trinidad, Barbados, nothing but complain. So my thing is, let progress continues. Guyana is becoming futuristic under President Ali. We don't want distractions. We don't want stumbling blocks. Get rid of it. Deal with it harshly. Now, the thing with that I want to mention, there is a brewing conspiracy. Oh, the pardon stuff I talked about is true. It is true. Anyway, There's a brewing conspiracy from the Norton camp in the PNC. He wants to replace, because the parliament is not convened yet, I mean, for the second setting, he wants to replace Campbell, and he wants to take back that position that he gave to Campbell as leader of the opposition parliamentary faction. Why he wants to do that is because Norton, the PNC only has Win only has 4 seats under the PNC. And when Azradine is gone, it will be 3. 3 seats. It will take all of the PNC members and at least 4 persons from the Win party to vote for the next opposition leader. What is happening right now? Because Norton now is aware of the fact, he's now certain that Azradine could be gone by the 6th of February. Norton is now planning and conspiring, like he always do, with some of the folks from the Win party that he placed there. Remember, most of them come from the PNC. Most of them. So if Norton can get 3 members of the Win party to turn, along with the forward Guyana woman, Desir, that's 4. With the PNC 12, that's 16. He could very well be re-elected opposition leader, Aubrey Norton. Very well. And if you think that can't happen, remember David Hines is in the PNC. His daughter is in the Win party. Forward Guyana, PNC. Some of the persons who have joined Win, PNC, or from the coalition, APNU, they're not Win. They're not a part of Win. They will not bow to Azradine. How many of them showed up or usually come out at his court cases? How many? How many of them make representation on behalf of Azradine Mohammed on their social media platform? How many does? How many? Let that sink in a bit. They don't bother with him. They got what they wanted. They're not going to further jeopardize their lives and their livelihood and their future running behind a loser who is certain to go to prison for at least 50 years. They know he's done. They know Azradine is fucked. He's done. Their loyalty belongs to the PNC. And they will vote Aubrey Norton, not the woman. She would have to compromise. That's the plan that Norton is busy with, to hijack the opposition leader's position, to hijack it. Because right now, there is no opposition leader. None. So this is not presumptive leader. No, there is no opposition leader. Guyana doesn't have an opposition leader right now. This is why the government must do what it has to do. Because the government has a cabinet, and all the programs that President Ali is busy with right now does not require consultation with no opposition. The man is a constitutional president. He works with the rule of law. He obeys the rule of law. He is conducting the country based on the rule of law. There's nothing he is doing right now that requires any consultation of any opposition leader. Nothing. So he can run the country until 2030 without doing anything that require opposition leaders' input. Now, the budget is soon to come. You don't need an opposition leader for that. You need a parliament to debate the budget. But whether the parliament debates the budget, who has the majority? The PPP has 36 seats. Every measure in the budget, every policy and program in the budget shall pass. You don't need the fucking opposition for nothing. So even if the parliament sitting is called to debate the budget, that's all it is, debating the budget. When it's time to vote on the budget resolution, the PPP has 36 seats. 36. Tell me what significance is an opposition leader under these circumstances? What? What consultation you need from the opposition with the budget that they're busy with? What? What recommendations? Or we're talking a bunch of shit. Now, Azruddin can't speak on behalf of the budget because he's a fucking dumb skull. He doesn't have the mental capacity to talk about anything that does with calculation, because his line of business is you have a kilo cocaine, you have a kilo gold, you know how much it costs, smuggle it. He's not into the mathematics and statistics, and no, he ain't into that. Basic commerce, trade. Kilo is so much, is this, that's it. And he should answer for what his name is being called in right now, the 10 billion plus. The 10 billion plus that he is associated with. The gold and the drugs, smuggling through Venezuela to the United States and Europe. He should answer for that. Stop showing people's buildings and show the evidence that you're not a part of it. And he should also answer for the fact that he's disrespectful to the judicial system of Guyana. Everybody else who is charged with traffic offenses must face the judge. Everybody else. He is too big for that. Oh, he is larger than life. He can't go and face the charges. So the case has to be called and called and called and called, and then you have to issue a warrant to get him to go and deal with issues regarding his traffic offenses. That's how large he is. And he wants to be opposition leader. He would walk on the judges. He would walk on the judicial system. He would slap police officers if he is opposition leader. Because right now he's nothing, just a corrupt, indicted businessman who is soon to go to prison, and he spits on the judicial system. He's too big. I ain't going to court for that shit. Traffic this, traffic that. No. But everybody else has to go. Not him. Instead of them arresting his ass for violation and for disrespecting the courts, he gets a clean break. How the fuck does that work? Why can't you arrest Azruddin Mohammed like a normal person, the same way you arrest other people when you issue warrants for them and they don't show up in court? Why you have to allow him to walk in his own time? Why? Nobody's above the law. In the PNC time, didn't they put Irfaan in handcuffs? And PNC and PPP's people? We were in the opposition then. But yet a lot of the PPP ministers were put in handcuffs, embarrassed. But Azruddin, he gets special treatment. When he breaks the law in Guyana, you can't put him in handcuffs. Only when he's wanted by the US, just to impress the US. But when it comes to breaking the laws in Guyana, you treat him special. All those conditions, the bail conditions that he has secured, the bail with the United States case and all these kinds of stuff, that should be revoked. They should revoke the bail and arrest him and keep him in prison because he's a troublemaker. Revoke the bail, arrest Azriddin Mohammed, and keep him behind bars while the case is continuing on the extradition hearing. Because he continues to make trouble. How many times would you give one man bail for several offenses? How many times? You get bail for the GRA stuff, then get bail for the American extradition, then get bail for another offense, then another offense, then what the fuck, man? What is he, invincible? When does this happen? He keeps committing crimes and keeps getting bail. Why? Why? Is the government afraid of him? Why can't he be dealt with like a normal person? Because he is a normal person. Well, but he's not a normal person. He's fucked up. He's a mental deranged individual. But why can't he be dealt with accordingly? So this is why the government needs to be applauded. Not the government, the Speaker of the House. This is the individual you want to swear in the parliament, this individual to make opposition leader. You have seen what they're about. His father is a disrespectful bigot. He's a wimp. His father. Disrespectful stiff. That's the man who raised the prince of the ghetto. His son is even more disrespectful, violating people's privacy, conspiring to commit terrorism, all of these things. And that's the toxic family you want to put in the government. They should go where they belong. They're crying out for help. Azriddin and his father, they need therapy. Guyana cannot provide the therapy, the therapeutic specialization to heal these two men. Only the American system has the tools and the know-how to reform people like that. Today I was calling, and some people think I'm joking. I'm not joking. I don't want anything to interfere with the progress that our country is making. I want the path to continue. The president has to keep Guyana now on the edge because Donald Trump said he's going to strike Venezuela again. That's not all. Iran, China, and Russia are mobilizing for a war, which can happen anytime now because the Americans are planning to bomb Iran any day now. All of that's happening while President Ali has to keep his mind pure and in tune with Guyana's development. But all these distractions will affect Guyana's progress. It will affect us. The world is one global community. Bombing Venezuela again is going to be harsher than the first time. Bombing Iran is going to have retaliatory effects. Russia, China getting involved. This is a World War III beginning anytime soon. And you have elements in Guyana that are just waiting for this opportunity to exploit, to loot, to rob, to steal. The rest of us need to embrace the government. And instead of cheering on the nonsense we see, we need to capture, arrest all of these people who are committing the crimes, hand them over to the police. We need to hand them over to the police. Now, years ago, and as late as last year, I said, you should not have had a black commissioner of police to lead the Guyana police force. Black people are sympathetic towards black people. I know the Home Affairs Minister, the woman, I've decided to give her a chance. But like I said before, blacks have hidden, every black person has hidden racism in them, including the blacks in the PPP. Every black person has hidden racism in them against Indians, whites, and Chinese. When they have the right opportunity, then you see. I don't trust them blacks in the PPP. You think I trust them? Because they're silent. They never criticize anything. They're silent. But before those same blacks, most of them, before they joined the PPP, you would have heard them. Oh my gosh, you should have heard them how they criticize and cussed and the PPP and Ali before they joined. So you would think they joined with their whole hearts. So they will come out and criticize anything that threatens the government or the stability of the country. They're not. Only a nice picture they're painting, a nice picture. I don't trust them. So I'm saying the Commissioner of Police should never have been a black man. The Home Affairs Minister should never have been a black woman. But they're there. I think the progress they're making is too slow. It's too slow. 500,000 people visited Guyana. You have all of these losers coming to Guyana, making negative videos and negative streams and pushing it out there. And these blacks in the PPP are not coming out and condemning it. All these things that these persons are promoting online against Guyana is against the government. It's against the government. So you Negroes in the PPP, you should come out and criticize it, pressure your government to pass policies that anybody who wants to come to the country to make videos or make content should require and secure a permit. And they should buy it. Sign an agreement. So if the content that they produce in any way infringes on the rights of the country in terms of the promotion, then you ban them from the country. You sanction them and you ban them from the country. That's what you do. But don't leave it for don't leave these things for the Indians to speak against these things. We are all benefiting from the government. Meaning all them black people in the PPP are benefiting from the government. And I want to say this quickly. All the black millionaires, all ALL, all the black millionaires in Guyana, every one of them became millionaires because of the progressive PPPC government from Jaglio's time to now. And all the blacks who were once millionaires and they are now broke became broke 2015, 2020 under the PNC. Nobody experienced any growth in their private life, in their professional life under Granger. Nobody. People were stagnant. Those who had tried their best to maintain that during the Granger years. Those who didn't have went worst in the Granger years. A lot of them left the country. So the PPP is not just good for Guyana. The People's Progressive Party Civic is great for Black people. Great for Black people. Because the pain that the Black people experienced under Granger for 5 years, it caused them to experience the true greatness of Ali. Imagine if we didn't have COVID to deal with for 2 years. Imagine where Guyana would have been at. 2 years were taken away from President Ali. He only governed for 3 years. And look at what he did in 3 years. Make a comparison now, and you get the point. September to now, 4 months. Look at what's happening in Guyana in 4 months. Compare that to the 2 years that was taken out of his legacy. If he can do what he's doing in 4 months, imagine if he had the full 5 years, 2015, 2020, 2025. Imagine the Berbice Bridge would have been built. The bridge over the Corentyne River to Suriname would have been built. If Ali had 5 years to really govern. Now, in his new term, just 3 months, airstrips, massive hotels, modernized housing schemes, hydro projects, the health sector, education sector, tourism sector, you name it, and it's all experienced massive boosts just in 3 months. You think we want a distraction from a fucking criminal in the parliament to get in the way of that? You think we want that? No, we don't. So arrest Azriddin Mohammed, lock his ass up until his case is finally over so they can ship him from Cam Street or wherever to the US so he does not interfere with the smooth runnings of the state affairs by being in the parliament and creating havoc. Arrest him. You have to debate the budget, so you need to convene the parliament. We don't want him in the parliament. It's going to prolong the process. So Guyanese, if you want your cash grant, join my call to the Justice Department in Guyana to arrest the Mohammeds. They have a lot of crimes right now, besides the indictment. Besides that, the extradition. They have a lot of other crimes that they need to deal with. Don't let them roam free. Because you have to convene the parliament to discuss the budget. That's going to be a problem for us. And especially now, if Donald Trump bombs Iran and Venezuela, you think you want an opposition leader like Azriddin Mohammed loose on the road? You don't want that. If it is that Norton hijacked the whole system and he can work his magic or whatever to get the WIN people and the PNC people to take the role from the Sabita over to him, let them fight it out. It's a black woman against a black man. You know that Norton hates women, right? He hates black women. So I want to see how he's going to take that away from her. I really want to see how Norton is going to take away the opposition leader's position from this this woman. If he is successful, it means that we are all right, that the win party is the PNC. We can deal with him as opposition leader. We can. We know he's predictable. You give him some coffee and some tennis roll with some cheese inside of it, and he would sign any deal. But you don't want a low-life scum, a stiff like Azruddin Mohammed in the parliament. So before the parliament convenes to debate the budget or discuss these issues, lock him up and his daddy. No pardons. That's my take. Until next time, subscribe to the channel, share the live, let me hear what you think, and understand we're in this together. Go to your Zella account and make that donation. Get the information, you go to Western Union. Don't send money and you don't know where you're sending it. You have to contact me first, make sure you have the right information. But don't go sending wild stuff. Please don't. Because I heard of somebody who just took information online and went and sent. No, you don't do that. Make contact first. I'll tell you what you need to do. Every cent is important. I understand. And please, I see a lot of accounts that resembles me. So call and make sure that I pick up. And if you hear my voice, you know it's me, then you can go ahead. But there are a lot of Nigerians all over the place. No wonder Shell Mohammed cost them. A bunch of scammers. Anyway, until next time. Goodbye.